crimes are rampant and obviously observed in our country, Philippines, which made a major problem that the government find it hard to look for a certain solution. And the question is, could it be possible that death penalty is the prime solution to eradicate crimes? Students, mind you answering such question. You are free to think about what and how to answer. It will help you develop critical thinking. Whether your answer is a yes or a no, no one can question you, since it's your own opinion, your own choice. Think of it and formulate in your mind the idea which can help find solution to such problem. For you students, you are the hope of our fatherland. Your future lies in your hand. Think, create, and explore your mind to the fullest of your imagination. And that is freedom. I am Mrs. Mayline Olino, your creative writing teacher, saying good luck to the debate team, both the affirmative and negative side. Make your performance the best, more than my expectation. To the audience, sit back, relax, and expect the best. And at this juncture, may I call on the arbiter Kent Joshua Villanueva to give us the rest of the details about the debate performance.
Thank you, Ma'am Olino. Ladies and gentlemen of this honorable court, representing in front of you, I am Ken Joshua A. Villanueva, and welcome to Esperanza National High School Class Debate 2017. It's my great privilege to be the moderator of this afternoon's debate, and I am glad that you are all here. Before that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our judges, who will be introduced later. To our most courageous teacher in creative writing, Mrs. Mayline E. Olino, ma'am, and to my fellow students, teachers, spectators, good afternoon. It is my part to give you the mechanics of this debate, to introduce the board of judges, as well as the members of affirmative and negative sides. I would like to request everyone to pay attention and keep silent while the debate is going on. Our main topic for this debate was all about the capital punishments here at the Philippines, which is the death penalty. Each of the speakers from the affirmative side and negative side will give their own views or ideas about the topic. And now, let us witness the presentation from the affirmative side. The first speaker from the affirmative side, John Ray C. Taculo. The second speaker, Bradley Arzaga, followed by the third speaker, Jen Rose Fernandez, fourth speaker, Genevieve Estrada, fifth speaker, Princess Micah Anak, and for the rebuttal speech from the affirmative side, Clinette Jail de la Cruz. Let's proceed to the presentation from the negative side. Our first speaker from the negative side, John Reynald Mendoza. Second speaker, Ray John Mupasa. Third speaker, Lauren J. Calya. Fourth speaker, Mudin Agaw. Fifth speaker, Giselle Jen Salcedo. And for the rebuttal speech from the negative side, no other than Kim Jason Espanola. And for the timekeeper for this afternoon's debate, Mark Steven Lucy. And the five students from the class who will give their own opinion are Rizal Joy Hizon, Christine Custudio, Jaya Infante, and May Ann Rohan. Let's proceed to the mechanics of this afternoon's debate. The debate is composed of two teams, the affirmative and negative side. Each team has 6 speakers. Each speaker is given 2 minutes to present arguments or ideas. The speaker will speak alternately. First to speak is the first speaker of the affirmative side. He or she will interpolated for 1 minute by the next speaker from the other team. Questions must be categorical and answerable by yes or no only. Ask only what has been said by the speakers. The last speakers of two teams will serve as their panelists. 5 students from the audience will share their sides either affirmative or negative. The chief adjudicator or the chairman of the board of judges will choose the best speaker and rebuttals. And for the criteria for judging, delivery, clarity of presenting ideas, 30%, relevant and logical, 30%, gestures, pronunciations, and confidence, 20%, the art of questioning, 20%, with a total of 100%. And now, let's welcome the Board of Judges. Our first judge, Mrs. Janet M. Calzado, Curriculum Head for the K-12. Let's give her a round of applause. Our second judge, Mr. Richard Panes, Head of Youth. Let's give him a round of applause. And for the third judge, Mr. Olino, the Chairman of the Board of Judges. Let's give him a round of applause. And now, are you now ready for the debate? Let me hear your voice. Let the battle begin. The first speaker from the affirmative side.
Death penalty will serve as a lesson and guide for this generation and the next. People will not commit any crime if they will know what will be the punishment for it. Death penalty makes people disciplined and a good citizen. Thus, the death penalty must be implemented here in Philippines, for this is the best solution for heinous crimes. Thank you.
The question goes like this. Do you think that death penalty is the best solution to reduce heinous crimes?
Yes.
Do you think killing is right?
No.
Do you think taking or killing one's life can justice prevail?
Yes.
Is it better to execute someone than to lock him or her up forever?
Yes.
Do you think revenge can satisfy the families of a victim?
Yes.
If one of your family member is a suspect for a crime, does he or she deserve another chance?
No.
If you are a victim and you are only protecting yourself to a criminal, but you accidentally killed him or her, does you deserve to be executed through death penalty?
Yes.
Well, that would be my answer. According to the United Nations Human Rights Office of the High Commissioner, the death penalty has no place in the 21st century. The death penalty is cruel, inhumane, and degrading. It breaches or violates two essential human rights, the right to life and the right to live free from torture, which happens to be the most basic of all human rights. It also violates the right to be not subjected to torture and other cruel, inhumane, and degrading punishment or treatment. Both rights are protected under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights adopted by the UN. As what have said a while ago, that the death penalty is the solution to reduce heinous crime? No, it's not. Why? Because as recently stated at the General Assembly of the United Nations, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the death penalty is any more effective in reducing crime. That's why almost 104 countries had completely abolished the death penalty. Death penalty is a symptom of a culture violence, not a solution to it. Death penalty is socially, morally, and politically wrong. Morally, killing is wrong. Killing on behalf of state is wrong as well. And no national interest can justify the human rights violations such as the death penalty or torture. As what Pope John Paul said II, the dignity of a human life must never be taken away, even in the case of someone who has done great evil. And I believe, and we must believe, that together we can end, stop, and reduce heinous crime without implementing death penalty here in the Philippines. That's all.
All of my questions are answerable only by yes or no. Do you think that human rights can prevent those crimes happening in our society?
No, but they can evaluate it.
Then, if you have a relative that a victim of a crime, you would let it just in prison only?
No.
As what you've said a while ago, that we must value human life. Do you think the killers value human life?
Yes, but we don't know the reason behind.
For instance, if there's a member in your family that's a victim of a crime, do you think you won't change your mind
No,
to
I won't.
execute the suspect?
No, I won't.
Did you know that today death penalty is not too cruel?
No, it's true. How can you say that death penalty is not cruel?
The lethal injection I have discovered, and it is not too
Well,
cruel.
an injection can cause death, and death is cruel. That's all.
That's you, the seventh speaker from the affirmative side.
Good day to all of you. Corruption, murder, drugs, gangs, and a lot more had long been terrorizing our very country. Through this very day, crime is still atop of our very own crisis. Crime, and together, as a nation, we must take action to eradicate such atrocities among our own kind. We have to deduce through research that penalty or capital punishment may be our long-awaited answer that may reduce the dreaded crimes that is happening in our country. Studies of death penalty have researched various conclusions about its effectiveness in resolving a crime. But the majority of studies tracks effects over many years across states or countries. Indeed, other recent investigations using a variety of samples and statistical methods consistently demonstrate a strong link between execution and reduced murder. In short, capital punishment does, and in fact, it can save lives. Capital punishment may be morally required, not for retributive reasons, but in order to prevent the taking of the innocent lives. We must take action, fellow countrymen, in our beloved nation. As Immanuel Kant said, and I quote, any person who can feel shame would prefer death sentence to a lifelong imprisonment, while the life of those who have no dignity or shame is worthless.
That's regulation.
Do you really believe that the death penalty or the capital punishment will save lives?
Yes,
So you're saying that you want to put the lives of others and that just to serve as lesson to some?
definitely yes.
What if they execute someone then soon proven innocent? Can you take back his or her life?
No.
Definitely you can't. And yes, there are some innocent people executive because of the fact that there are some bias and discriminatory in trials. Don't you know that?
Yes.
We are all a human being and we made mistakes and soon we learn from it and we don't have to put everyone in debt, right?
Yes.
Hold it up. Good afternoon each and everyone. The death sentences say some people are beyond redemption, beyond second chances, beyond being allowed to live in society. We disagree. We believe people deserve second chances. We actually think many people are in death rows and in our prisons because they've never get any first chances. Countless prisoners have transformed their lives in spite of the horrific conditions behind prison's bar that they are forced to endure. Executing those individuals or condemning them to die in prison denies their ability to fully participate and contribute in society. It denies their ability to change and to become a better citizens. The death penalty also teaches to condemn nothing. Imagine a person who breaks into a house and steals electronics. Then he gets caught and goes into prison. The time that he was in prison meant to deprive his freedom to do what he wants when he wants and to go where he wants in this world. And that was the punishment. And most people to learn from it. In general, no one wants to go back. But if a person murdered others for their wallet and they are in turn to put in debt, they thought precisely nothing because they are no longer alive to learn from it. In short, we cannot rehabilitate a person by killing him or her. Executing someone because they take someone's lives is not called justice. It was called revenge, and revenge is not the answer. The answer lies in reducing number of violence and not in causing more death.
So this question is answerable by yes or no. So, you said that it can rehabilitate a criminal by imprisonment due to their crime.
Yes, I said it.
Does it mean it can rehabilitate to the lost life of the innocent?
Yes, it can.
Look around you. It is not obvious to you that crimes are everywhere.
No, it is obvious.
Criminal be put to prison after several years and it will come out. Do you think that it is enough justice to you?
Yes, and perhaps it's more than enough.
Criminals should fear justice. Do you think that they are scared to be just put in prison only?
Yes, because it will deprive them freedom and no one likes that.
You said that people deserve a second chance. Then you are letting those criminals to commit again the same mistake?
Yes, but not in that way because we believe that they will change.
Justice is different from revenge. Revenge is by putting a law in your hand. Justice is letting the court to examine the case. That will be all. Thank you.
Last year, the third speaker from the affirmative side.
Good afternoon to each and everyone. I am in favor in death penalty. Why? Because death penalty is rational and a moral punishment. We are told by those in favor of death penalty that human life is sacred, that man should not play our Almighty. The truth is, however, that those people who have committed the type of crimes for which the death penalty is applicable have put themselves beyond the pale of humanity. They have chosen to act in a certain manner which is the death penalty directly at odds with the morals of society and as much they expect to be sanctioned. The argument that is morally superior not to execute prisoners is as seductive as it is misleading. It is easy to feel sorry for someone in an orange suit who says they repent of their crime, but at the end of the day, they committed a crime. Furthermore, the crime they committed, in order for themselves, who committed on death row was no ordinary crime. It was cruel, it was violent, and it ended the life of another person, an innocent victim. It is only right and proper that people are punished for the crimes they commit. It is also right that punishment must be proportionate. To my dear opponent, what possible punishment other than death could possibly go towards expiating the guilt of the accused, allowing for appropriate retribution, and act as deterrent to others who might wish to commit such crimes? Most of the arguments against the death penalty are those of an inherent of unfairness and bias towards poor or racial minorities.
Here are my questions. For you, is killing someone justifiable?
Yes.
Is killing criminals a right thing to do?
Yes, of course.
Is justice found by taking criminals' life?
No.
Yes, he committed crime and you said that he deserves to be in a death row. Aren't you also committing a crime then?
No.
So you really don't care and value someone's life?
No.
That's right. Good day to all. Perhaps the most important factor in determining whether a defendant or accused will receive the death penalty is the quality of representation he or she is provided. Almost all defendants in capital cases cannot afford their own attorneys. For example, here in the Philippines, it is clear that this country is experiencing a large number of poverty, and possibly appointed attorneys will be overworked, underpaid, or lacking the trial experience required for death penalty cases. And possibly, there are some cases that will not be finished. Because, what if there will be instances in which lawyers appointed to a death case are so inexperienced that they were completely unprepared for the sentencing phase of the trial? Some attorneys will not do their job knowing that the client cannot give or pay them a big amount of money. Simply means a not guilty defendant will surely be put to death because he or she cannot pay his or her attorney. Death penalty is a serious case in which life is in danger, and it is essential that the attorney must be experienced enough, not biased, and must have the access to the resources needed to fulfill his obligation towards the client and the court. So I am probably stating that death penalty must not be implemented in this country. Thank you.
Then regulation.
Do you think the governance of other countries and ours are one?
No.
Do you really believe that there are lots of innocent people who will accused as guilty in death penalty?
Yes.
Then you're saying that our governance have no value?
No, not like that.
Do you think our attorneys here in Philippines values money than people's justice?
Probably yes.
You're saying that the justice depends on life status of the accused?
Yes.
The fourth speaker from the affirmative side.
Good afternoon to every one of us. Death penalty. It may not be completely eradicate crime. I'm pragmatic enough to recognize that. But we've been hungry for some real change when it comes to dealing out justice. And perhaps this could be a good first step. Unfortunately, I know that committing to capital punishment also means committing to being able to dispense justice fairly and truly. After all, when a human is asked to pay for the ultimate price or for his crime, we have to be sure that they are guilty 100% beyond reasonable doubt. Here in the Philippines, criminals are not afraid of the consequences of their actions because they feel that they will get off when it comes to prosecution. This is even truer if they have money. All of us know that here in our country, we have to face the fact that money talks, and sometimes, if a criminal is caught red-handed, they manage to buy their way out. If capital punishment is once again implemented, we have to be sure that this kind of situation can no longer happen. When it comes to this kind of justice, it should be applicable to everyone or no one. That is the only way it will truly work.
Then regulation.
Do you think that death penalty is applicable to everyone?
Yes, of course.
Have you noticed that criminals are afraid of the death penalty?
Yes.
So how do you say that criminals are not afraid of the consequences of their crime actions? Do you think that the death penalty is the solution of the heinous crime?
Yes, of course.
Do you think that this justice is fair and truly?
Yes.
Have you noticed that we are only human beings? Killing is a crime and unlawful, right?
Yes.
So why you are in favor of the death penalty to be implemented? Do you want to be a criminal also?
No.
That's all. Thank you.
The fourth speaker from the Methodist side.
Good day to all. We are not in favor of the death penalty because this is too cruel to be implemented. And we are aware the death penalty is illegally execution, unlawful or felonious killings. I, you, we, all of us, we commit mistakes. But we are all know that death penalty is not solution for the violent crime. To me, the death penalty also is something else. A sad reminders of how our justice system typically offers punishment instead of healing for the survivors of crimes. For a growing numbers of victims of violence, the thought of honoring our loved ones by killing another human being is not only counterintuitive, but abhorrent. Perhaps more than others, I understand acutely that an execution will just visit pain on other families. Moreover, the death penalty typically brings the opposite of what survivors of crime most need: accountability, healing, and closure. The death penalty keeps us stuck in an angry stage of grief. The death penalty requires all of us, victims and spectators alike, to actively summon feelings of hatred and contempt in order to justify the murder of another human being. While not, while not other murder victims' family this way. Many of us do. For all this reason, I say to prosecutors who seek the death penalty, not in my name. Thank you.
Then regulation.
This is my question. Are you saying that committing heinous crime and death penalty are one?
Yes.
Do you think letting the criminals go only in jail can satisfy the justice for the victim?
Yes.
Then if one of your family is the victim, you will only let the suspect be free?
Yes.
Then you will not let her or him feel the same pain as what you've done.
Yes.
That's
The fifth speaker from the affirmative side.
We are in favor for death penalty because it acts as a deterrent. Criminals who discouraged to suffer such harsh punishment and as a result still be incited to commit crimes like rape and murder. In fact, for them, it is the greatest deterrent of criminal acts. If there is no death penalty, the criminals will repeat what makes it done, and they are not scared to rape and murder again, because knowing that they will only be in prison. The death penalty reduces the number of committed crimes. People who are for death penalty would seek that without it. The number of major crimes like murder and homicide will escalate since bad elements will not be afraid to do whatever they want, from killing drugs to killing other people, which are most innocent ones. The death penalty reduces the number of committed crimes. The death penalty should be approved because the criminals were discouraged or afraid to commit crimes for their fear of suffering the same plight or too much punishment. This penalty should only punish those criminals who justified and proven that they committed the crime by the means of law. If one offender commits a crime that is punishable by death and gets executed, this will be known by the public, including those who are potential criminals. For fear of suffering, they will not commit crimes anymore. So we, yes, for death penalty.
Then regulation.
My question is, does the death penalty deter crimes, especially murder?
Yes, of course.
Then if you executed the murderer, aren't you considered also a murderer?
No, because I didn't kill a person.
Do you agree that the murder is the crime of deliberately killing a person?
Yes.
Well, if you considered as a murderer, then you will be also executed, right?
No?
If no, then our government is biased. How come that you will not be executed? Well, in fact, you consider killed people. My last question is, the death penalty serve as deterrence or retribution?
For me, deterrence.
Good day to everyone. We should not implement death penalty to our country because it will be biased to the constituents of our nation. In fact, the Philippine House of Representatives rejected death penalty. Rejected a proposal to reinstate the death penalty. The Philippine government should acknowledge the death penalty's barbarity and rejects any move to reinstate it. The reimposition of the death penalty cannot solve criminality, including drug meanings. Solving the incident of crime is a multidimensional process which ranges from sustained poverty alleviation to much needed police, prosecutorial, and judicial reforms. The severest penalty is not an antidote to criminality. The death penalty exacerbates the culture of violence and its revival adds state-sanctioned killings to the unabated extrajudicial killings related to the deadly campaign against the drug menace.
Is that penalty not an antidote to criminality?
Yes, because death penalty is a barbaric rule of our country.
Does the rejection of that penalty will lessen the crime?
Yes, there's an alternative solution to lessen the crime.
You said that our government should reduce the bias?
Probably yes.
If you demolish the death penalty, don't you practice criminals to grow their guts in doing crime?
No, as I said, there's another way of disciplining the convicted criminal.
You are against crime, right?
Yes.
And you are against the death penalty also?
Yes.
If that's the case, is death penalty a crime?
No, because we will be... No.
Criminals in today's time are going back and forth in the jail. If you're going to abolish death penalty, don't you promote criminality?
No, because we will be suggesting to implement incapacitation, which the convicted murderer will be sentenced into a life imprisonment. Thank you.
Okay,
That's clear the rebuttal speech from the affirmative side.
Death penalty should be implemented. Look at your surroundings. Lots of heinous crimes are taking place. In just a minute, thousands of innocent people are being killed by those vile criminals, killing a little girl, an innocent person, a pregnant woman, a friend, a relative, or even their own father didn't have their conscience. Death penalty is good for them upon seeing that imprisonment is not enough for them, that until now they continue to do such dreadful crimes. It is not that we doesn't value the lives of others. In fact, we are concerned to their lives, even your lives. Even your life, that's why we want to give justice to those innocent victims. We are concerned to all the people's safety and security because we doesn't know what danger are waiting in our front door every time we go out. How can we value the lives of those criminals that in the very first place, he didn't value himself? Remember, death penalty is not for those innocent people like criminals did, but for those 100% guilty that committed such heinous crimes. Are you aware of the heinous crimes that's happening everywhere? According to Alan Lake case, there are certain circumstances in which the death penalty is essentially to our respect for life. If we do not now send the message to everyone that by calculatedly, coldly taking a human life in a way that assaults the structure of law in society or shows a cold-blooded and studied disregard for the value of that life. If we are not willing to implement the death penalty in those circumstances, then we are actually sending message of contempt for human life. We are encouraging people to believe that the step is not in fact the terminal step. When they faithfully and fatally decided to move against the life of another human being, it is a question of righting the greatest wrong. It is not a question of vengeance. It is a question of the people being outraged at such terrible crimes such as bloodletting. If we remove death penalty, suddenly the greatest penalty is natural life, as what Senator William Haynes stated. Try to roam around. Ask people what is the best solution to stop heinous crimes and right justice to sentence those criminals. Do you ever imagine what people said? Put them to death. Let death penalty revive. Yes, we are a democratic country, but does it make sense any now? Look around you. Crime is taking place even in your own home, cutting innocent lives. Then you will still think that everyone should have considered human rights? Wake up, everyone! Death penalty should be implemented.
Then circulation.
Is death penalty the most effective way to reduce escalating heinous crimes?
Yes, obviously.
Haven't you had in mind some alternatives for capital crime?
No.
Punishment? What if one of your family members will punish with death penalty? Will that happen?
Yes, of course, if it is.
Just answer the question with yes or no.
Yes.
What if you will be punished with death penalty? Will you let yourself be punished?
Yes.
So you mean you don't value your family,
No.
and you don't value yourself,
No.
and you don't value the people
No.
around you? So you think death penalty is moral?
Yes.
You think killing is cruel?
No.
Are you aware that people commit crimes because they're thrown with poverty?
Yes.
And people commit crimes because they're just defending themselves?
No.
So you mean you're a follower of the law?
Yes.
And are you a follower of the law of God?
Of course.
Are you aware that the law of God states, thou shalt not kill?
Yes.
You think death penalty is justice?
Yes, of course.
How about the human rights? And how about the right to live?
Yes.
No, because you are drawn with your mindset that death penalty is the solution to escalating heinous crimes.
For the rebuttal speech on the negative side.
Good day. Death penalty shouldn't be implemented. It is not a solution to escalating heinous crimes, and it makes the human rights to be set aside, and most of all, it puts the innocent people's lives at risk. I consider death penalty as a threat to human endeavors because at some point, innocent people are just framed off for a crime they didn't even do. Investigators and cops are paid to hide the veracity of the crime so that they won't be get caught and detained to jail, or perhaps they hinder the process of being punished with the death penalty. Death penalty is immoral. It's never been a moral way for punishment. There's never been a satisfaction to take the life of a criminal for vengeance. And this is our main reason why we uphold for our stance against death penalty. Killing is a mortal sin, for every sacred text says, thou shalt not kill. And if a criminal do, let's put it to justice and a legal basis for him to be detained. International human rights group Amnesty said that restoring the death penalty is a short-term placebo solution to the criminality in the country. It is the certainty of arrest, conviction, and imprisonment, not just the threat to execution alone. The idea that killing will somehow end drug addiction or reduce crimes or even serve justice to those victims are false hopes, nothing but placebo effect.
Then circulation.
Are you saying that death penalty are cruel?
Yes.
Do you mean committing heinous crime and death penalty are one?
No.
Do you afraid to death penalty because there will be innocent to be accused?
Yes.
Do you think our governance are biased?
Yes.
Are you saying that we are not valuing the lives of others because of death penalty?
Yes, exactly.
Do you think imprisonment is enough sentences can deter crimes and not death penalty?
Yes.
Are you really caring for the human rights?
Yes.
Do you want to give justice to those innocent people?
Yes.
If you are the President of the Republic, do you have the best solution to deter heinous crimes?
That question is not answerable, but yes or no.
Of course, yes, it is. I repeat, if you are the President of the Republic of the Philippines, do you think there is the best solution to deter heinous crimes?
Yes. Exactly.
Then you mean there should be another way.
Yes.
And it was imprisonment.
Pardon?
And it was imprisonment?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Dirty bata.
Death penalty is the most effective way of escalating heinous crimes. Yes, because according to the introspective of Tony Katipa, it may not completely eradicate crime, but it is the first step to change when it comes to dealing out justice, and perhaps this is the very good first step. If heinous crime are cruel, also you asked me lately that we are not speaking cruelty, we are discussing about death penalty. And also, let me ask you, you're saying that death penalty is cruel and it was heinous crime. Then what do you call those heinous crimes criminals? What do you call by them? Holiness? You are trying to say that heinous crime and death penalty are one? Let me elaborate to you this, guys. Committing heinous crimes is different than death penalty because committing heinous crimes is illegal while death penalty is legal, obviously. According to one of the great philosopher Immanuel Kant, if an offender has committed heinous crime, he must die. In this case, no possible substitute can satisfy justice. For there is no parallel between death and even the most miserable life, so that there is no equality of crime and retribution unless the perpetrator is judicially put to death. Also, one of your members says that asked one of your members that if death penalty is cruel, she said no. Well, are you saying that you are not consistent to your answer? Oh, you are contradicting to your idea, guys. Mind you, opponents, you are only against the death penalty in not elaborating the solution, which concerns the society, the people. You are only opposing to our idea, and you're not stating the best solution. Okay. Also, you asked me about if one of my family will be punished by death penalty. Why does it happen? Well. Of course, yes. How can we apply this? Les ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself. They committed a crime. They fell for that. I am not the one who punished them. They were the one punishing themselves for their wrongdoing. It's the matter of your choice. Remember, before you committed the crime, you are aware that you will be sentenced to death. Then why blaming others for your chosen fault? To Mr. Mendoza, if murder is the willful deprivation of a victim's right to life, then the justice system willfully deprivation of the criminal's right to the same is even if the overly severe, a punishment which fits the most severe crime that can be committed. Without a capital punishment, it could be argued that the justice system makes no provision in response to the crime of murder and thus provides no justice for the victim. You mentioned earlier that death penalty violates the human right. Then what about the victim's right? You care to those lives of those criminals than to those innocent victims? Then by that, do you think you value their lives? According to Misha Pollard, they were found guilty not because they were black or of their age, but because they were decision to commit murder. And also, your opponents say that state is like a murder himself. The argument here is, if execution is murder, then killing someone in war is murder. Our country should stop fighting wars. On the contrary, it is necessary to protect the rights of group of people. Hence, death penalty is vital to protect a person's right to live. Is arresting someone, is kidnapping someone? In the same, executing someone is not a murder. It is a punishment by society for a deserving criminal. To Ms. Kalia, you are not in favor of death penalty because your reason is that some are being accused as guilty but innocent. Opponents claim lots of innocent men are wrongly executed. There has never been any proof of an innocent was being executed. A study of video Bradley claimed there were 22 cases where the defendant have been wrongly executed. However, this study is very controversial. There was no substantial evidence of guilt and no evidence of innocence. Moreover, our judicial system takes extra precautions to be sure that the innocent and their rights are protected. Most likely, an innocent person would not be executed. If somebody chooses to act like an animal and do something horrible that they end up on death row, I don't think we should spare the life of those people and keep them around for another 35 to 40 years. We should end it today, as what Mike Wheeler said. You and your members planning that the sentence should be imprisonment, according to Linda Holmes, they're not going to sit in prison and pretend. There are sociopaths. What about the family of those victims? Do you think imprisonment should satisfy them? How could you be so sure that those criminals would never repeat of what they did? Then the lives of people will again on risk? For its justice, guys, for its justice. not laws that cure society, as what Sakop Ali said. That's why death penalty should be implemented. Wake up, guys.
Dari bata.
The implementation of death penalty is inhumane. But first, let us not be disregarded that we don't want or we are not in favor to give justice to those innocent victims. We want to give them justice, the real justice. Justice comes from a process, a legal basis with the use of law for them to be detained in jail. They are fairly judged a convict to punish, not to direct death, but to put them to jail and detain them with the right punishment. They can be in prison for the rest of their lives. That's the real justice for us. No killings, non-legal and moral. Who are we to judge? God? No. We are just mere human beings and we do commit mistakes. But we have second chances. We all deserve to live. And I don't really understand why it's just easy for you to say yes to death penalty. Come on, people, wake up. You are not in your imagination, and this is reality. And the reality is that we have to kill. We have to kill not the people, not the criminals, but the death penalty itself. We should end the death penalty. We should think, and think. We should be logical. With all of our lives, we've been advancing through sciences, education, technology, and research. At least we could have some alternatives to the capital crime. Death penalty depicts immorality and breeds a culture of violence and escalates criminality in a dramatic frequency. To Mr. Tacolod, human rights are essential to every humankind. We have the right to live, the right to freedom and free from torture. To Mr. Arzaga, death penalty is not a way to save other people's lives. There are other solutions to save people's lives, and that would be through the implementation of high sense of security and rehabilitation while protecting the rest of the society. To Ms. Fernandez, how can you say that death penalty is moral? No, it's plainly immoral. We don't have to kill just to save the lives from others. We don't have to kill just for them to be punished. To Ms. Estrada, even death penalty is not justice. To have a justice, we shouldn't have to kill. Justice comes from a process that is said a while ago. A process using laws to convict a criminal into prison, not to a direct death. To Mr. and to Miss Anak-anak, yes, we've been into the criminals will be afraid to commit crimes, but we are never sure will. And how about that people who accidentally committed crime because they defended themselves? Some people commit crimes because they defended themselves. They commit crimes because of poverty. And as the president of the Philippines, of what you're asking to me, if I will be the president of the Philippines, that my administration should instead reform its institution should reform my institution to stop crime and uphold human rights. Human rights. We all live with human rights. And without human rights, our lives would not be injustice. And death penalty itself is not justice.
Okay, so the debate is now over. I feel the tension and pressure right now. I hope everyone will learn some evidences from each of the speakers of this afternoon's debate. May I call on the 5 students to share their opinions about our class debate.
I am against the institution of the death penalty. According to the Republic Act number 81/27, known as the Act Significant Death by Lethal Injection, the criminal should be punished and the victim should be aided, but the punishment should not be death. due to our frank and dysfunctional criminal justice system. This is the great chance that innocent people may become victims of wrongful convictions. Thank you.
Death penalty is not the main solution to lessen the heinous crimes in the Philippines. I am not agree for the death penalty because how about those persons who have been accused for the crimes that they didn't do? Those poor who cannot afford to hire a lawyer to defend them. We cannot take the life of the others because we do not have the right to do that. It simply means every mistake that we commit have a second chance. According to Catholic Church, killing or taking the life of the others is a moral sin. Thank you.
Good day. I am against imposition of capital punishment or death penalty in our country because of low justice system. It is a system that favored money and powerful, and where the poor and the downtrodden have no voice. If a person has committed a crime, life imprisonment is more than enough punishment for him to suffer and to transform him into a better person. So, after all, capital punishment or death penalty must be abolished. Thank you.
I agree for the death penalty because I believe what comes around goes around. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You take someone's life, I'll take yours. What if you are against the death penalty? Think of this question. What if someone has done harm to your family? I'm pretty sure your opinion would change because everyone has a revengeful side. It is better to let the court complete it rather than to let the victims be reality sentence.
Prior to that, may I call on Mr. Olino Pablo, the chairman, Olino Pablo, the chairman of the Board of Judges, to announce the best speaker and the best rebuttalist, and to end these activities. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are so amazed of your presentation for this debate. Congratulations to the speakers and to the both from the affirmative and negative sides. And thank you very much also, Ma'am Olino, for inviting us here in your class debate. I believe this is not just for the requirements of our Seameo classes or activities, but this is also for the development of our students to speak in front of people like this. So we are happy to present to you the result of our judging. It's so hard to judge people like this who are very fluent in speaking English and speaking a lot of ideas about the topic. And so today, we find it so hard to judge, but we have a verdict now. Our best presenter for this afternoon is from the negative side, and this is speaker number 1. So speaker number 1 is our best speaker or presenter.
Oh, diba? Tama sa isip ko pala. Thank you, Lord.
Congratulations. May I ask our teacher, Ma'am Olino, to come together with our judges. It's not just for a picture, but this is also for the documentation.
Manisha.
For our best rebuttalist, it's obvious, you know, and this is coming from the affirmative side. So no other than the speaker number 6. I don't know the name of this young perhaps a politician someday or a fighter in the Senate. So, Hermigal is now imposed by Sir Panes, our Seameo alumni also. Once again, thank you. And God bless us all.